Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy. Um, Definitely feeling good today. About to go do my little jog today. You know what I'm saying? Got the B1 shirt. Is what it is right now. But definitely want to just get up with you guys. Just talk a little bit about some things. I'm not really going to be on here super crazy long. That's not my intent. But definitely want to just uh, maybe do a little bit of talk about California. California been screwing up lately, as we know and you know it, with the SB 145 laws. You got massive different type of unemployments going on. There is mass unemployment going on in California. That's not secondhand. That with homelessness, a very rapidly increasing homeless population as well. But let's also want to start with the wildfire, probably one of the largest wildfires in California history in recent years, or even if you want to talk about maybe a few decades, but um, definitely one of their biggest wildfires they got going on. Um, as you know, right now they have a lot of a lot of prison inmates that's fighting the fire as well. That was also commissioned by then um, state Attorney General Kamala Harris. That they are now fighting. I think they said this year, I think like four or five inmates died fighting the fire. And to myself is, I always have a problem. If you, it's almost like back in the days when they had the convicts leasing program. That was, you lease out convicts or prison inmates, and they do strenuous, back-breaking labor to basically supplement a private sector. You know what I'm saying? It's not state. It's not state. It's state sanctioned, but it's not really. But it's privately profited. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like what you could say of, in a way of slavery. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I said. I mean, you want to look at it, go, just check out the 13th Amendment. You understand what that meant. Um, but just kind of goes ties with what's going on with the California wildfire. You have this prison population that's fighting fire, risking their life for something that they won't have a really opportunity to have when they get up out or serve their time in incarceration, or it should be rehabilitation, but in American psyche, in American prison system, that's not the case. um, Actually, like I said, some prison inmates actually get worse when they're in prison. um, and it's kind of just a sad point of it. It's not really rehabilitation. Even Joe Biden, um, during his recent speeches about mass incarceration that he actually started with his '94 crime bill that he put in motion. So I mean, even he backtracked rehabilitation to say incarceration. So when someone said backtrack rehabilitation and just say incarcerated, you are basically talking about we just want to lock him up, neglect him, forget him, and remove him from the equation. Instead of just teaching them, get into the roots to really, to fix his psyche and mental, and also put him back in society, but put him back as a productive member of society, so he don't go back to prison. But in the way of the American justice system is so futile. It's not just not futile; it's also racially selected too. If you're privileged and you have a certain race, like white or something like that, it's a little, you can get off a little bit easier than somebody who don't have that have that privilege, or even the racial composition to even be somewhat privileged in the first place. And like I said, the wildfire, like I said, do I have any regrets of the burning of people's houses and homes and towns? No, I don't. Majority of those are actually resort towns. Some of those are very exclusive knit communities that's being burnt. And the thing about it is, why would you burn? Why would you build in a fire zone? That's the question. Why would you build in a fire zone of places that normally will burn regardless if you was there, if there were any human inhabited or not? It will burn regardless. It's a fire zone. It's like sometimes people build communities and establishments on flood zones. These are places that are naturally flooded areas, and people will build on it. So to me, it's common sense. I mean, it's common sense. Um, like I said, I mean, let it burn. You got prison inmates that shouldn't even be out there fighting fires. I mean, you got some of the people that already died. Is the state going to compensate for those inmates dying in the wildfire? Now let's be real. A lot of those people the inmates that fired in the wildfire, they ain't really they're in there for minor offenses. Some of them is maybe in there for drug offenses. No, maybe a few, maybe for maybe robbery or theft or burglary. But like really violent to the point you committed murders and everything else. I don't think you're gonna be firing those fires. So you got people that's really are not really hardened criminals risking their life for to save property for people that won't even like you or give you a chance to even work in their own businesses or even live by them or any type of reason of racial bias they have. I know majority of them is non-white. I think they gave some of the racial composition. Majority of them is basically non-white. Majority is black. There is some Hispanics or Latino that's in there as well, and there is some other white inmates as well. But majority, I think, is black that's fighting those fires. The thing about those, the people that are fighting those fires, they're not going to ever have an actual way to prosper or be productive or even go into firefighting that they got now they got the experience for it. This is as close to goddamn convict leasing as it's going to get. That's the closest it's going to get. I mean, there's a lot of other prisons that doing this, but this California is actually doing convicts leasing. So like I said, in my opinion, let it burn. Let it all burn. And like I said, I'm gonna get with you guys real soon. All right, one.